Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen again. All right, we've got a big 5-star offensive lineman. It's going to decide on July 4th. We're going to talk about that decision. We're also going to talk about my thesis for our 4-0 start with the Vols. But first, this is a brand new channel. I have a investing channel on YouTube, but this is my first channel for sports and the Vols. And just to give you a little history of myself, I've done a couple of videos already, one of which surprised the crap out of me, got over 800 views. Normally that doesn't happen when you start out a channel. It usually just creeps and crawls and you get 10, 20, 30, 40 views. But that encouraged me to want to continue down this path, which I'm going to anyway, because I'm a huge Vols fan. And just to give you a little bit of a history real quick, I was captain of the University of Tennessee golf team back in the late 80s. And I know that's forever ago, but we did play golf back then. We used the wooden sticks and the niblicks and all that. And I had a feathery that I used to hit. But it was pretty competitive. And this was me back in the day. And there's my friend Gibby and Tom back on the team. Gosh, that was forever ago. All right, now let's get into recruiting. The first one has to do with Francis M. I can't pronounce this last name well, but his first name is Francis.
Any of you guys call me Francis, and I'll kill you.
All right, I don't think he's that touchy, but anyway, I can't pronounce his first name. But he did talk about his official visit. He said after the visit with his parents also were there, and they had a little meeting. They talked about how the visit went, how it compared, and I think it obviously went real well. And I think Tennessee has a good shot at picking up this athlete. Said that his grandfather was there, and they had someone to talk to because his father speaks Samoan and struggles with English, so that was good. And again, we know from his Twitter page that July 4th he'll be announcing. So I think Tennessee's got a good shot at this. Now, Nico's been working hard to get this young man, and we just missed out on a 5-star wide receiver that I actually did a little video on him too. And unfortunately, he wound up at Ohio State, which, look, here's the thing. When you're going after 5 stars, which is what we need to be doing if we're going to play with Georgia and Alabama, you're going to have to battle with Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama, and Clemson, and USC, and Texas A&M, and Florida, and all that. And, we came in second. You're going to come in second and third a lot, but you've got to get in as many battles as you can for these athletes. And fortunately for us, not only do we have an amazing offense, which is super exciting, we've got the most rabid fan base in the world, no question. And then thirdly, we've got the NIL deal. And that's a combination that's hard to beat. The excitement of that amazing offense along with this crazy crowd and an NIL deal, I mean, that's hard to resist. So hopefully with those 3 things working in our direction, that we'll be picking up some 5 stars. And like I said, we already picked up Nico. We did pick up a 5-star transfer wide receiver. And now with Francis as a possibility, and we'll find out real soon. And I like our chances. And we also picked up John Slaughter, who's a safety and quite a good one, and picked up a linebacker by the name of Jeremiah Talander. And so 2 quality players. And this Jeremiah Cobb is a young man who's going to be deciding on July 1st. And it's between Auburn and Tennessee pretty much. I think there's a third team that's interested that he's listed, but I think it's going to be Auburn or Tennessee. Auburn is the lean right now, but we'll find out. He is a 4-star running back. And before we start about the 4-0 start, I do want to mention the baseball team, which, golly, what a great season. And unfortunately, we got beat out there at the end by freaking Notre Dame, those lucky, but they earned the win. And we had a great season. It's nothing to hang your head on. Gosh, it was an amazing season. But it's heartbreaking, and I'm just now recovering from it. It wore me out, my 2 brothers. It was just awful. But I've got to say goodbye to the 2021 baseball season.
I hate goodbyes.
Yep, I do hate goodbyes. But anyway, they'll be back next year, and they'll be hopefully just as good. We got so many great players on that team, and the recruiting's been amazing. So really, I'm going to tell you something. It's been great to be a Tennessee Vol this year. The basketball team was amazing. Man, that team could have won it all. They were hot, and they won that SEC tournament like it was nothing. I mean, took out Kentucky. That was a little tough game. But then they got hot and just swept through the entire tournament and went into the NCAA looking great. and got beat by Michigan because we couldn't hit our threes. We had just been killing our threes every game prior to that, and we had our worst three-point shooting game ever. So anyway, we did won the tournament in baseball, and man, if I would be fine with second place in the SEC East this year in football, which I think is what we're going to finish, but I think we're going to start out with the 4-0 start, and here's how I think that's going to go. We're going to start out with Ball State.
That's a peddling.
Yeah, I like winning that game. I think we'll be just fine. That's at home. Then we're going to play Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. That's a very important game. And fortunately for us, Kenny Pickett is gone. He's first-round draft pick in the NFL. We don't have to worry about him anymore. Goodbye. We should have won the game anyway. God, we could have been ahead 21-0 in that game. But unfortunately, we just missed a few passes. We're going into this game hot, and they're missing their number one guy, and their number one wide receiver, I understand, is transferred. So I feel very good about Pittsburgh. It'll be a little tough being there, but if we get off to a good start, I think we can kind of stun them like we did last year. Then we'll play Akron here in Knoxville.
Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
Yeah, I believe that'll be a paddling, so I'm not too worried about that. Then the Florida Gators. That's the one we got to win. I mean, they're coming in with Billy Napier. It's his first year. We just need to whoop up on them big time. And Knoxville, I just hope the crowd's excited about it. My brother will be there, and it's going to be brutal. He's going to be so fired up. If you don't know him, he was captain of the University of Tennessee golf team, and actually he finished last year in the top 30. I think he was actually 31st in the British Senior Open and won like $19,000. Great golfer, really good. He'll be there going crazy. My other brother will be there as well.
This is my brother Daryl. That's my other brother Daryl.
Yeah, his name's not Daryl. It's Wilmot. Anyway, so that's a huge game. That's the game of the year for sure. Starting out, Florida, the Gators. Ugh. But then we're off for a week, I believe, and then we'll head down to Baton Rouge. And if it was here, I would feel a lot better about it. But down there is going to be tough. They've got a new coach, but he's a very good coach from Notre Dame. So there you go. There is a possibility we could start out 5-0, but that's going to be a tough win right there. And then freaking Alabama, we got to play them. That sucks. But anyway, I think 4-0 is definitely possible. And I think we'll be favored in the Florida game and also the Pittsburgh game without too – well, the Florida game will probably be 3 points, something like that. The Pittsburgh game, it's at Pittsburgh, probably 4 to 6, something like that. 4 or 5 points would be my guess. But it should be 7 to 10 in my opinion. All right, folks, and that's our show today. Like I say, the 5-star Francis will be making his decision July 4th, and that's my thesis for a 4-0 start, and I'm sticking to it. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button because this is only my third video on this channel. And if you haven't subscribed, you're probably like everybody else on the planet. You haven't subscribed. But I would appreciate it if you did. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk J. And I'll come up with a better name at some point. That's just what I put up there.